What do you wish they knew about you?
And if nothing is for free, there is gonna be a cost, of course. And unfortunately, I see the belly dancing lifestyle has cost very high, because you work at night. We are far from home. We don't have the family here. Like, I'm happy and lucky to have my friends here, but most of the girls they're alone, and you deal with men a lot, and you are a woman, and here to be a woman and they respect you working at night, it's something else.
I think most of us, or a lot of us, have gotten to a point at some point in our lives where we feel like we need to always have somebody around. And I think subconsciously, it's a belief that we we need to be with someone in order to be, happy or complete or whole.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think one day you wake up and you realize if, with the pattern happening too many times, you get
Yeah.
sick and tired of being sick and tired, and eventually you have to do something about it,
Mm-hmm.
So what happened with you to get you to a point where you feel like I actually am ready, I want to be alone?
Ooh, are we recording it? This is so cool.
We started.
I was started.
We started, right? Yeah, we started.
Uh, Actually, it wasn't something specific. It was like all the time I feel like I'm being successful in my career, and then I have to choose, I'm gonna keep being successful or I'm gonna find love. Like, they always make me choose. I don't know why. It's always like, yes, I supported you are a belly dancer and do your stuff, whatever, but you're always tired, you're never at home, you don't have time for me. What's next? And I don't want to be in the situation that I have to choose between my career and love. It's supposed to be
Both.
both. Yeah, I think it was last year. It just happened now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was different about this time when you ended the relationship? Because you were telling me that you can't remember the last time you were alone, and now you're doing it for the first time in a very, very long time. What happened this time with this breakup that made you feel like, you know what? I think I need to be alone.
I don't have more tears. I cry already too much.
Yeah.
Well, like I think the last 2 years, I keep reading a lot about relationships and love, like, because I found myself like, I think I'm smart. How I'm smart, but I keep choosing the wrong people around me.
Yeah.
So I'm not that smart then. So then I have to study more. So I just focus more on that. And then I give an opportunity to someone. But now when I did this, I have like a list. I'm like, you know what? Now this guy has to be this. Like, he has to be smart. He has to know, like, I'm Latin. He has to know how much I love my work. He has to understand that I'm a free soul. He has to understand that I'm loyal, even though I can be talking with too many guys sometimes because I'm friendly and social, whatever. But like all of this stuff. And so last year I make a list. It was like 10 things that I want this guy to have.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, please find him and then we talk again.
Oh, wow.
Also, like, I don't want to feel like I have to change someone
Yeah.
to love me, and I don't want them to change me.
Yeah.
Love's supposed to be it just happens.
Yeah.
Just love me how I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be you coming as you are, them coming as they are, and then us finding a way to be together and learning how to evolve together and make each other happy. It shouldn't be, I have to be a certain way in order to feel loved, or I have to be a certain way in order to be accepted. It should be, I'm, I am who I am, and I will continue to work on myself, and I will continue wanting to evolve, and we are going to find a way to compromise on certain things. But I think the minute somebody in the relationship is being asked to change who they are is the minute you're with the wrong person.
Red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red flags, which we all do.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
And so last year was the first year that you decided you were done? Was it wasn't you felt like it wasn't the right relationship for you?
No, it wasn't, of course. No, I wasn't ready. Like, all this time that I was since I arrived in Egypt, I was with someone because I told you, like, I need to be with someone, not because I wanted.
Yeah.
I was lost. Yeah, I didn't know how what was my value as a woman. You know, I was just lost, and I understand. Like my friends also sometimes they are lost. You know, but it's you have to. I don't know how to explain. I wanted something to happen to, you know, like a slap in your face, you know, like that's a wake up. Something is not okay.
Yeah.
So all the relationship that I had before, it was I was lost. So I jumped from one relationship to another one. And so it's always a mistake and another mistake, another mistake. And same time I'm failing on this, for me, like failing. My career, I'm going up, you know. And we always talk with my friends, like every time my heart is it's broken, I'm working super hard, and I'm like, you know,
Yeah, we all do that. I mean, I used to do that. Sometimes I find myself doing it. If there's something I don't want to deal with,
which is yes,
I'll just throw myself into my work and I'll start another business, or I'll work even harder, or I'll find a way to always not have to deal with myself
yeah,
until I think you get to a point where you get really sick and tired of being sick and tired.
yeah. But then you reach yes, it's like a loop because when okay, so I can have my heart broken for a while. Anyway, I take very short to get over it.
To move on.
And then when I reach the point that I feel like, oh, I did everything that I wanted. So I don't know, like I wanted to do 50 shows this month. I wanted to be the number one. I wanted to da 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 da. But then I wanted to share this happening with someone.
Yeah.
And then I find myself, okay, I'm alone again.
Mm.
Should I start to search for someone to share this happiness? Or it's just like stay alone till someone will appear one day? I don't know. I don't know. This is very confusing because this topic made me feel like I'm not smart enough.
Yeah.
You know?
But I don't think it's about smart.
Mm.
What I think it's about is, what I've learned it's about is, I think we can be brilliant at what we do, but I think when we start to understand ourselves better, and when we start to do the internal work and deal with the things that can be painful inside of us, I think when that starts to happen, I think the right person naturally appears in your life. And that's something I experienced with, like, Hussein, my husband. Prior to him, like, I was always drawn to the wrong person, but because I myself wasn't the right person. And when it was why I made a decision to, I'm going to spend 2 years completely by myself. I didn't say 2 years, but I said I'm going to spend the next phase by myself working through my stuff. That's when I started to realize what my patterns were that were causing me to be in those types of relationships. And then eventually, and as painful as it was, to be honest, when I started to heal from it, what happened was I started to want very different things. And then I realized my old patterns were very different to what I was experiencing now, because I became a different person.
Yeah.
And then the years later, you know, I was sitting with Hussein and we were chatting, and we realized there were so many moments where we were in the same spaces and we just never saw each other. And because I was looking for something different. I wasn't looking for something that was healthy at the time. I was looking for something that was, you know, toxic and unhealthy, because I myself hadn't worked through my stuff yet. When I finally worked through my stuff, my preferences became so different, just even with friends and like with men. And
everything changed.
Yeah.
Everything. Even what you eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's not that everything changes, you change.
Yeah.
And so what you want, you start to see what it is that's good for you.
Yeah.
Because in the past, I think you don't do it if you haven't done the work, you know? What made you pack up from where you were and move to Egypt?
First, it was the love that I have for belly dance. But it was a little bit tricky because also I like someone so much here. Like the first time I came to Egypt, I came to take classes.
Oh, okay.
So it was like only 3 months, and then I go back to Chile, and then they call me like, we have an opportunity for you to go back. So when I came back, I didn't finish the college yet. It was like my last year in psychologist.
Oh, amazing! Did you take psychology?
Yes.
Oh, it's incredible.
And then I fall in love here. So I have the two reasons. Like I wanted to know this person more, and I want to try being a belly dancer here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you always, were you a belly dancer back home or no?
Yes.
You were? Okay.
I do belly dance since I'm like 12, 11. My mom is a belly dancer.
Okay.
We have a school together.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Back home.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Mhm.
Did she come here?
Yes.
Okay. She saw you working here and everything.
Oh, yes.
Amazing. Does she want to move here?
She was here last year for 6 months.
All right.
I sent her back.
Sent
Yeah, she was so stressed. No.
She can't handle that. Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
Egypt.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
No.
It can be a lot.
Yes, yes.
And what parts do you feel like you took from your belly dancing from back home with you here?
What?
Which parts did you carry with you here to Egypt?
What do you mean?
So, you know, I feel like with art and our crafts, we are inspired by our upbringing and our culture. And then when
Okay.
we move to different places,
Mm.
we take parts of it and then we kind of change it and evolve it into the spaces that we're at. What parts did you take from your own culture that you brought here to Egypt 12 years ago?
I don't know how to answer that. Hmm. I don't know. You mean that like what I actually do it in my job here or
Yeah, in your
with
job. Like, which parts
people?
of your culture do you feel like you were able to carry and bring with you here?
Just
And
I think it's just like the joy that I give people.
mm,
Because I work in entertainment. My work is to make people happy.
yeah,
You're not gonna go to a wedding and then see a dancer and then you're gonna be like this, you
mm,
know? Like I need to make
make
people
people happy.
happy.
Yeah,
So and I'm good with it. I think I'm good.
I think you are too.
I am.
I think you are
I'm a
too.
hyper person, so this is perfect for me. Like entertainment, it just suit my personality.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think that's the difference between me and other dancers. Like other dancers, they just do it because they have to do it. And it is okay, I found I'm good doing belly dancing. I'm just going every day to the same place and done the same exactly songs. I get excited to go work and make people excited with me, with the music, with everything, you know?
yeah.
It's feelings. I always say like you are a good artist when you make people feel
Feel
something.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think that's the Latin thing that we bring
Yeah,
here.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. Do you feel so? Because I think with your work, I can imagine there's a lot of your energy that you're giving to other people,
Mm-hmm.
and you're doing it every night. Do you some nights maybe feel just utterly exhausted emotionally as well as obviously physically? I won't even get into that. But is there moments where, because I know with any work that you do, like, so I work in the world of wellness and fitness and all that, and so when we're giving sessions, there's a lot of energy that's going out, and I get to the end of my day some days and I feel like just utterly exhausted, where I have to shut off my phone and I have to be
Yes.
myself and I don't want to talk to anybody because I feel like I need that space alone to be able to recharge so I can give back the next day. Does that happen to you?
It happened every day.
Every day?
Every day. But before when I wasn't conscious about what I'm doing actually in my life,
Yeah.
when I would tell you like I was lost,
Yeah.
making wrong decisions, I was also I wasn't taking care of myself. I was just working and like a robot, like I have to do this and I'm running everywhere. And now I'm conscious that actually I'm giving energy to people, and if nothing is for free, there is gonna be a cost, of course.
100%.
And unfortunately, I see the belly dancing lifestyle has cost very high because you work at night. Um, we are far from home. We don't have the family here. Like I'm happy and lucky to have my friends here, but most of the girls they're alone, you know, and you deal with men a lot, and you are a woman, and here to be a woman and they respect you working at night, it's something else. Yeah, so now that it's conscious, now I can, you know what, Sunday I should stay at home. Like today, for example, they offer me to go work. I was like, actually I can't do it anymore. Like I need at least one day to give love to my body and to my mind and just rest a little bit as much as I can.
Well done that you
Yeah.
said that, because it's not easy to do.
But that's new.
Yeah, which
That's
is
2025.
no, but that's amazing, you know? I mean, I think we all end up reaching a point where we feel like I cannot do this anymore. Like I have to give back to myself so that I can continue giving back to other people. Something that's very new to me that I've started doing, and I was so worried about doing it, but then I realized everyone's fine with it. I was just the one who was worried, was like when people ask me for, because my work, people are always coming for advice, help, and all of that. For me to say, listen, I would love to help you. I cannot do it right now, but I'll do it maybe, you know, in 2 days, on Tuesday
Yeah.
at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh my God, that's great. Thank you so much. And I was like, oh my God, like nobody's upset with me. Everything was fine. I didn't feel like
But the right people will respect it. The wrong people, because here we also have a lot of social pressure and emotional pressure. You know, like sometimes like, hey, come to my birthday, it's Friday. And then I couldn't go because I was working. They're like, oh, you didn't come to my birthday. Ah, I'm so upset. I'm like, why you're upset? I couldn't go because I was working. Or even if I was tired, you should respect that I was tired. So this also is something new that before I couldn't say no. I was like going everywhere and smiling to everyone. I'm like, no, actually now I can say, yes, I can do it today. Let's see, maybe another day. Yeah, totally.
It's very true. So there's an author, I think there's a book you have to read. It's called When the Body Says No by Gabor Mate. It's a brilliant book. And he talks a little bit about that. He was saying, and this is, I think, when it hit me in the head, like, oh my God, I can't believe that's actually me and that's what I do. He was talking a little bit about this concept of the people that everyone always says, oh my God, she's such a nice person. Like, she's so lovely. She's so happy all the time, right? And that was me at one point, and that's literally how people described me. And that's something I thought, like, you know, that's me. I'm so happy about that. That was me. But then, you know, I got to a point where at stage in my life where I felt really unhappy, but I wasn't sure why. And as I was listening to what he was saying and then reading his book, I realized it's because with people like me at the time, I always felt like in order to be accepted, I have to make sure that I'm very agreeable and everybody is happy, right? But when you do that, you're not being authentic. You're not staying true to your own needs and who you are. You can't make everybody happy anyways. Someone will be upset with you either way. And you're hurting yourself and your own being more than you're helping yourself out, right?
Yeah.
And after that ended up happening, I got to a point where I was like, oh my God, like that's me. And at first I was like, oh yeah, that's me. But when I started hearing it, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that's me. It's so offensive. I don't want to be the person that everybody likes. Really, because then that means like I'm not being true to who I am. I'm ignoring my own feelings and I'm being a people pleaser more than just living from a space that feels right and feels true to who I am, you know? And he was describing that there's something called like healthy anger. And the healthy anger is when somebody crosses a boundary, you say no, and that's it. And that is your healthy anger. It does its job and it goes away. And at that point, I was like, oh my God,
That's me.
that's me. At that moment, I really had to pause and think, that's enough. Like, I really need to stop and think. So now people, when they ask me this, I think, do I want to go out? No, I don't. Why? Because I'm tired. I want to stay home and read a book, bubble bath,
I
whatever.
don't want to lie about it. I don't want to say that I'm working. I'm actually tired.
Yeah,
Like
I'm tired.
Before I was just, what should I? I always ask, what should I say? That I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I
don't feel like it.
Yeah. I don't want to lie about how I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what I realized? Honestly, I realized the right people will be totally happy for you, will stay in your life, and those are the only people you want
close to you.
because those are the people that are going to let you have the space to explore who you are at every stage of your life. And those are the people that will always help you become what you want to be in your life as opposed to what they need you to be.
I agree.
And I realized as well, thank you. I realized as well, a lot of the times when people refuse what you want, it's because they're attached to a certain idea of you. And it's about them. It's not about you.
About you, yeah.
It's about what you fulfill for them. And fair enough, I get me not coming out with you every night of the week is going to bother you, but that's not what I want. I need to be good to myself. I need to stay true to who I am. And that's where we're going to go from there, you know?
Yeah.
How did you, so when you first came to Egypt, right? Egypt's not easy place to navigate or break into. What happened? How did you get into the world of belly dancing and how did you break in?
It happened actually very fast. Like,
Really?
we went to a cabaret. This one that works like 6 a.m. and you have a full orchestra with like 30 musicians, you know. I was actually with David.
Amazing.
I went to see one of my favorite dancers in that time. It was Oksana, that she's actually my best friend now. And I went to the stage to dance. And then the owner came and they was like, please come to the office. We want to talk to you. Like, they like how I dance. And then just like things, it was so smooth. We went to work here. Then I came back. I started to work.
Yeah.
And then I tried to be everywhere. So I was like, I started to check how Egyptians work about marketing and about parties, events, whatever. So I was like, so how I will know, how I will let people know that I'm here. So I was like, I'm gonna try to attend as much events as I can, so people start to see and like, who is this girl? So this was like the first part, and then just like work every single night. I was working in a boat for like 5 years in the 4 different places of the boat. Yeah, it was hard.
Wow.
We start like 7 p.m. and then I finish like 4 a.m.
Oh
Then
my
go home,
God.
sleep. I don't sleep, so I would try to sleep, and then the next day, every single day, the same. No days off. And then it's just
7 days a week?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I don't actually remember like when was that? Ah, when I got a little bit more famous was in Corona time actually,
Really?
2020. Yeah, that's so weird. I have a tattoo actually.
How?
What is it? Oh, 2020.
How?
Because
What happened?
they closed everything. So when summer started, everyone was doing parties, private parties in the cabins, in the houses. So we want Badra here in a party, one Badra in a party. So I was literally dancing 7 parties every day.
What?
Yeah, I remember we were on the golf car. I'm wearing the costume, going from one party to another one. And then I just got like more famous because of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's always interesting. Like, we work our butts off, but when it's time, it's time. When it's our time,
Yeah.
it's our time, you know?
Yeah.
So what would you say would be probably the most difficult thing about your job? And I can imagine there are a lot.
The most difficult. I need to breathe to answer this.
And you're allowed to be as honest as you want, by the way.
Yeah, there is nothing easy actually. So first, you compromise your health. There is no way you can work at night every day and be okay with it.
Yeah.
Like your body, you're a human. Your body's supposed to sleep when it's night, and you're supposed to wake up with the sunrise. We do the opposite.
Yeah.
And me, I don't know why I'm trying to do both. So from Sunday to Thursday, I like to wake up at 8 a.m. and go to the gym, have like normal life. And then Thursdays come and then everything has to be the opposite. So I go work at night and I come back home at sunrise. So it's just crazy. I don't sleep. Since I arrived in Egypt, I sleep, I don't know, 5 hours average.
In the 12 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So health, and then you can have like a normal relationship, of course. Either you choose someone that has a job similar than yours, or you're not gonna see him, and there is no time. This, and also stay in the scene for many years is hard
It is very difficult.
because I'm always have this pressure in my chest. That also why I don't sleep. I feel like every day I should do something new. Every day I should show people that it's worth it to come to see my show. Like I'm always very. I need so much pressure on myself. And this is because my mom was like, she did this to me when I was a kid. She was always like, you have to be the number one. If you do something, you have to be the best.
Yeah.
And I keep having this in my mind all the time. So yeah, I think that's like the main ones is health. And it's affecting me, and it's affecting everyone that is working at night, but they just don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see, I mean, obviously Instagram is not reality, right? But I see you trying as best as you can to find a way to take care of yourself just a little bit in the middle of the chaos of having to go out every single night
Yeah.
to do your job. Do you feel like the reason that you started belly dancing over the years has changed a little bit to why you're doing it now? Or your perspective on it has changed a little bit?
Well, the main thing why I keep doing belly dance right now is because I want people to change how they think about belly dancer in the Middle East. This is like the main thing. And I even fight with other belly dancers, like, please, let's do a try so people understand this is just another job, like any other kind of entertainment job. This is very important for me because when I meet someone and they ask me, like, what do you do? And I tell them, I'm a doctor. They're like, oh, that's so cool. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, And then I said, I'm a belly dancer. The face just changed, They're like, oh, and you see the judgment in the face, like, oh, so you're a belly dancer. So So now I have some people and they're like, that's really cool actually. Like, oh, I heard your name before, you know. But in the beginning, I remember I couldn't even sit in a table with other people because they didn't allow me because I was a belly dancer. There were some clubs in Egypt right now in restaurant. We were in blacklist because we were belly dancers.
Really?
The same places that now they call us to come and enjoy a brunch, you know. It's really hard to live with the double standard and stay you.
Yeah.
You know.
So how do you do it?
I don't know.
No, because it's a very difficult thing to do, you know. And I actually, when we spoke and you were coming on, that was one of the biggest things I was thinking about, you know, because from the outside, I think honestly, what you've done such an incredible job of is you've turned the art of belly dancing into like a profession, really. Like you found a way to brand it very beautifully, where it's dance the way that we think about, you know, the New York Ballet, or it has turned into an art.
Thank you.
No, really, it's true. And I that's actually something I last summer I was watching your stories before I had, you know, we spoke, and to have you come on, I really was like, I am really impressed with how she's managed to take something that's perceived with a very specific mindset, and she's turned it into an art, and she's found a way to brand it really beautifully and it turned it into so much more than what people used to say when they'd be like, oh yeah, she's a belly dancer.
Yeah, I think the key was understand how to connect with the people, because normally when you see belly dancer, you just see like a beautiful girl that she's moving and that's it. But when you check my social media, for example, you see who actually I am. Like I do some videos when I wake up, when I'm tired, when I'm complaining. I talk a lot. I always say what I feel. It's not just what I do on a stage. I think it's a whole package, and that's why I also have now fans and their kids. Now also with the series, you know, like it's just me, and this is so beautiful because finally after so many years, I can start to be myself again.
Yeah.
That was very hard in the beginning because in the beginning I was like, oh, so I have to wear these clothes and I have to smile a little bit less. And, you know, like I was feeling that I have to adapt who I am to fit in this country, you know?
Yeah.
Now it's more, it is me. Now, actually, of course I care because you always have to hear what people say anyway. Yani, then you see what you will do. But people go to see your show. You have to also do what they like, you know? But now I have a little bit more freedom of being more myself, and this is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it something that was said to you at the beginning when you first came, or did you just start feeling like I can't be myself? Or did someone tell you like this is the way you have to be? What happened?
It happened with my boyfriends. Yeah, so before the first one, he asked me to cover my shoulders one time when we went out, and I was like, why do you why it's hot.
Yeah.
Why do I have to cover my, he was like, but with time you will understand. And I was like, okay. So I did it.
Yeah.
I covered my shoulders.
Yeah.
And then when this was a very beautiful relationship, and then we have to end because I have to choose between love
and work,
belly dancing or him, you know.
Yeah.
Then the second one that I have, it was like a movie in the beginning, a beautiful one, and then it was a nightmare. So this guy start first, of course I'm gonna support you in your career, you do whatever you want, let's go out, blah blah blah. And then he was like, can you choose don't say hi kissing the cheeks. This was the first thing. So then from this I started to do this with the people, and then the other step was like just smile. I was okay.
You can't shake hands.
I stopped shaking hands.
He
So I
wouldn't let you
just
shake
say
hands?
hi. No. And yeah, when I was on a stage, none of his friends was looking my show. They make everyone to give me the bags. And they was like, no, it was a movie. Every single day something new happened. And I was surprised. Like after I saw it, of course, in the minute when I was there, like in a bubble, I didn't see that I was changing who I am to be accepted for this guy. Because he made me feel so secure and safe in the beginning when I was super lost that I just, you know, go with it.
Yeah.
And then even my friend were like, what are you doing? Like, I want to go with my friends. No, you cannot. If I'm not there, you cannot.
No.
So start like this,
Mm.
and then start with other stuff. Any abuse, any beating me, and this is like the other side of the story. And it happened to many belly dancers, by the way. Like it happened, and no one talk about it, but everyone knows that it's happening.
Is it
Till now.
what is it? Is it they feel like because you're a belly dancer, they have the right to what? Like what is it, do
Well,
you think?
I remember when this went public a little bit. People were posting. They post my picture because I was in the hospital.
They posted your picture in the hospital?
Yeah, I was actually in the hospital one time because of the situation with this guy.
He beat you
Yeah.
until you were in the
Yes.
hospital.
Yes.
What happened?
Why he did it to me?
No, I mean like what happened to you? What were the injuries and how did
Yeah.
you get yourself to the hospital?
He
And-
broke my hand. He bit my face. Like it was. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna die that day. It was that bad. It was that bad that the embassy have to send me to Chile to run away. So they all I thought also that he wanted to kill me. We reached that point. And the thing is, like, when people knew, some people say, well, uh, you are a belly dancer. And some people was supporting the situation and some people was supporting me. But in my country, no one is going to support him.
No, of course not.
Even in my country, if you say something bad to your girlfriend, you have problems. Like, they told me, like, I deserve it because of my job. Yeah.
So you I'm really sorry.
Ugh.
It's because it's easy to smile and whatever, put on a good face, but I can imagine that experience was just absolutely traumatic and
It was
absolutely
just,
horrendous.
yeah.
And it probably, I don't know, made you question your whole life, I'm sure. And after you went back to Chile, right? Where did
Yeah.
you go?
So they sent me back and I stayed 1 year trying to recover myself. You know, I felt, me voy a poner a llorar. I felt, and now I'm gonna cry. I felt that he just took me and put me many pieces on the floor, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took 1 year of my life to recover myself and I say, okay, I have to be Alejandra again, you know, like, and no way because of this guy, because of men, I'm gonna stop my dream to be the number one in Egypt, you know? So all this situation happened and then I took it as like, okay, this is something I can use. I can use this pain. Are you gonna cry too?
No, I'm
Okay.
thinking, just trying to imagine, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna take this and use this pain to be the best one. So and everyone was like, no, Badra, you cannot come back. He's gonna hurt you. My mom was like, no, please, no. And I was like, I have to. You know, when you have this feeling like it's something that you have to do, I was like, I don't care. I have to see his face and I have to show him like I'm here again. You cannot destroy me. You know, like I'm a woman, I'm more strong than anything. We're a woman, you know? So I took this, and the second time when I came back, I was just focused. And I keep telling all my friends after that I was thinking how I can hurt him, you know, because when someone hurts you in the beginning, if you don't do the therapy well, you want to hurt them back, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, how I can punish this guy? What would be the best punishment that I can do without hurting myself again? So I was like, I'm just gonna be the best one, and he's gonna see me in every single stage in Egypt.
Yeah.
So when I came back, it was like that. Thank you. Thank you. It was like that. So I was focused. I took this and I was like, I have to do a try. And until now, I'm still thinking, by the way, did I did it or not? Did I made it or not? Yeah, I forgot him already. I always say, I forgive, but I don't forget.
Yeah.
This is something that I always use with any situation here, well, in the world, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the forgiving is for you.
Yes.
It's for us to be able to heal through the process,
Yeah.
you know? And I think the worst part about all of these things, of course, the abuse and all of that, is what it does to you personally, to your own self-esteem, you know? And I think what I've learned to do after, also being in a couple like very unfortunate relationships is I had to stop and think, okay, what part of me is drawn to that, and what part of me is allowing myself to stay in situations that are unacceptable. Why is it that I'm doing that? And if I can find those answers and heal from whatever it is inside of me that keeps bringing me back to those situations, I'll never put myself in that situation again. You know, what part of you do you feel now that you've passed the situation? What part of you, if you've been able to realize it yet, do you feel is what made you get into that relationship and stay in it for much longer than you should have? What part of you do you feel like you had to work through that landed you in that relationship, if you've come to that?
It's just so many things were happening at the same time. So I just came to this new country. This is what you're asking me, like why I went to this.
Like what?
How I found myself in that mess.
Yeah, no, we're not just not the mess, but like because when you find yourself, when you end up in situations that are situations where you deserve so much better, it's always because there's something inside of us that doesn't believe we're worth so much more, or it's like a fear, right? Some sort of fear. We all do that with any situation that we know we shouldn't be in, but we stay in for longer than we should. And so, of course, at the time, you don't have that clarity. You don't know what that is. You have to leave, have time, have distance, a little bit of healing, and then you can look back and think, oh, that's what it was, and that's what I need to work on inside of me. So for you, have you been able to figure out what that is, or what happened inside of you that accepted something you shouldn't have accepted?
We come back to the same. Like I didn't love myself enough, so I was lost in a new country. I didn't have enough money. I didn't have money to pay the rent of my apartment. In the beginning, I was counting the pounds to have enough to eat. In the beginning, it was that hard. So, and I was always very independent. I was always like, I work since I'm 14 years old. So I came here and I was like, I'm gonna try to do the same, but it's not the same. Like I need support. You can say that you can be an independent, strong woman, but we want support in some point. I want to be a princess. I want also someone that take care of me too. So in that point of my life, I was 24, I think, 24, 23. So I was lost. I was broke. I didn't want to go back to Chile without doing something like meaningful here. So and then I found a guy, and the guy was like, you know what? I'm gonna make everything easy for you. So he's smart too, He's not stupid. He just talked me and like, what do you need? You need this? Take it. I'm gonna take care of you. So I have for the first time this, because my other boyfriend, he was just like, we're partners. We're like my Chilean boyfriend, like it's completely different. Yeah. But he was like, I'm gonna take care of you. And I was like, he gave me time to breathe. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. So because I didn't know anything else also about people here, because the culture is very different. The culture is, and it's confusing, it's confusing. I always say like the Belidancer when they just move here, like, please talk to me. Yeah. I want to guide you, Yeah. So, I think I was just lost. And from this relation, of course, took me years to recover, like to love yourself. Like this guy told me that I'm ugly. He was like, you are ugly. I'm sure everybody watching this right now is going to be like, what is he talking about? Yeah, he was like, you're ugly. And I was like, I believe it. So for years, I believe I was ugly. I believe it. He always finds something to say about my body or about what I'm doing, what I'm wearing, how I'm talking. You're too much, blah, 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 blah. Like all of this, if you keep hearing it every single day, and it happened with many girls, and they're abusing them in this way, Yeah. It's just words and narrative. It's so powerful. Yeah. Someone telling you you're ugly every day, you're gonna be ugly. Yeah. And you're gonna believe it. Yeah. So after all of these years, I have been working on myself again to just, Yeah. That's incredible. And it took you, so you went to Chile for a year, and then you got really brave, and you decided to come back. A little bit crazy too. A little bit. Yeah. I didn't want to say that, but I'm just thinking in my head. No, I am crazy. It's fine. Because honestly, I don't think I would be brave enough to decide, let me do this again, Like, I really don't know if I would have the courage to pack up my things and say, you know what? I'm going to go back to a country without my family, without my parents, all by myself, and figure out how to do this again. Yeah. So when you came back, what happened? How did you navigate coming back into the world and the fear? As I'm sure there was a little bit of fear, correct me if I'm wrong. Of course. How did you navigate that? I don't remember actually very well. I was just like a horse. You're just, I have to do this. So I was just focusing being the best in what I'm doing. Because even in that time when I was with the bad guy, I was partying a lot. I was drinking a lot. I wasn't focused at work. So when I came back, I was like, my priority is my work. It's making enough money for me, for my family, for my friends. Like build myself. I have to build something.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it by myself. Who's gonna do it for me?
Yeah.
So I was just focused. That's it. Of course, I have some phases and during the years that I feel weak and I'm like, I want to not work maybe that much, like normal.
Yeah.
But in general, I found myself very like disciplined, and like when I want something, I manifest it and I do it. And I think like also another difference between other dancers, and they stay in the same place forever because I want to do what I said. So I take action. So I want to do, I don't know, I want to be blue tomorrow. I'm going to be blue tomorrow. I'm not going to wait till someone change my color. I'm going to be blue. Very stupid example.
No, but that's incredible.
It's like that.
Because I think a lot of us get caught up, and I find myself occasionally doing this, but I have to like remind myself to get back on it. Where like you want to do something, but then the noises inside of your head.
The fear.
Yeah. The fear tells you.
The fear stop everyone. Yeah.
That maybe maybe it's just, another week, give it, okay, maybe next year you're not really free. Oh, but what if you fail? Okay, forget it. I'll do
what
this.
people will say.
Yeah. What people will say.
Yeah. It's very powerful too. Yeah.
And so you end up having to completely shut out the outside noise and listen to the sound of your own voice.
Yeah.
And I think in learning to do that, you'll also get to a space where people's opinions and voices become irrelevant to who you are, and you get to a point where the sound of your own voice is much louder than the sound of anyone else's voice.
And also have the right people next to you.
Yeah.
When I was lost, I didn't have my friends next to me. They were far. So the second time when I came back, I'm trying to have the right people next to me. I'm trying to get people, the one that make me grow all the time. I don't want to feel as someone is, pushing me back, or just I don't want to feel stuck. I like to connect with people that make me feel and excited about life and motivate me to do more stuff,
Yeah.
for me and for others.
Yeah. Did you lose some of your friends in the process when you tried to do that? Become this new, more empowered version of yourself?
Actually, no.
Really?
Friends,
Yeah.
were the same, but now they live here.
Oh, amazing.
Before they were far.
They came. You brought them all here.
Yeah.
You brought your support system.
Yes.
Well done. That's the way to do
Yeah.
it. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you were here by yourself.
Yes.
At the beginning, and then
I was the first Chilean belly dancer here
in Egypt. Okay.
There were many. Yeah.
Amazing. And that's how you. And when the second time around you came back, you came with your support system.
Yeah, they came like by time, like.
Okay.
Friends first, and then another dancer, and then we became friends here. So I would not recommend leave it here alone. Yeah.
I think in general, I guess this is true for anywhere in the world. You always need to have your people close by, because we tend to lose our way. And then when we lose that way, we need our people to kind of help bring us back and remind us how strong we actually are, and allow us the space to grow and change and evolve as we go along.
Yeah.
What made you go from I'm a belly dancer to I'm going to start essentially a brand, which is what you've done? Really, it's what it is. I'm honestly so impressed by it. How did you do that, and what made you do that along the way?
What do you mean? Like,
because you went from...
When you say brand, you mean what?
So you basically have this brand where you guys are all dancers, and it's a show. It's like a full-on performance of dance. It's like art is what it is, essentially. So how did you go from that to coming up with this idea to then making it come to life?
Well, I think it's just like brainstorming with my team, like the one is here next to me. What we are doing right now on the scene is what you have before in the golden era with the dancer.
Yes, exactly.
Many dancers on the stage. They have famous dancer sharing the stage, like friends, like all of this is supposed to happen again, like we want to bring it again. It made like, I don't know, like I don't want to be a belly dancer. I want to be a performer. I want to do bigger stuff. We're on the way. Like I hope this year is gonna be.
No, I mean, I think already it started, because when I saw you launch it, I don't know if you had launched it last year or the year before, but when I came to know it. It was last year, and I kept thinking, wow, like, you know, you go to New York City, you go to London to watch these really big shows. And, like,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like it was becoming. And so, how did you go from, you know, being from that space of being alone to creating an entire support system and an ecosystem to help you get to?
Well, my friends are all dancers or musicians, so I'm lucky because when we have gatherings, we keep talking about what's the next show, what we can do on a stage that we didn't see here before.
Yeah,
It also happened that I was in New York and Broadway got me crazy. Like when I saw the show, I was like,
I have to do that.
why we don't have this in Cairo?
Yeah.
Actually, in Cairo, you don't have like a proper place to sit and watch like a proper belly dance show or like folklore, you know? Like you have some places in the Mercado, but it's not well known, or maybe some people cannot reach that place, you know?
Yeah.
I hope one day I can open it here, really.
Mm.
And it's so beautiful.
It really, really is. Do you remember back to the first person that believed in you when you decided to do all of this?
The fair what?
First person that believed in you?
My mom,
Mm.
of course. She's the reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she, when you decided to pack up and leave and come to Egypt to do this instead, was she supportive? Was it?
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always. She's brave like me. I'm brave like her.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom.
Brave together.
Yeah, yeah. All the women in we are like a family. Most of we're more girls than guys.
Yeah.
We're all like this brave and intense and passionate about everything. You know, like we're all like this. It's I think come from my grandma.
Your grandma? Yeah.
Yeah.
The women in general, I think in general have like the right women, the right strong women in your life, I think help really support.
Yeah, we're louder than the men in the family. Yes.
What is it you wish people would understand about your work?
About my work?
Yeah. What is it? It's sounding like it's very misunderstood.
Very easy. It's work.
Yeah.
They don't see it like it's my work. They don't take it seriously, you know, like it's actually my work. Like I have bills to pay. This is my work. I have to be available to go work. I have time. I have, you know, things to do. This is the main thing. Like they see it. Sometimes I feel like too, ¿cómo se dice liviano? I don't know the word in English. Not heavy, light.
Light, yeah, light.
They see it too light. I wish one day they can understand this is actually, I take care of my family. If I don't work, how am I going to take care of my family too, you know?
Yeah.
So it's important. I think this is the main thing.
What do you feel like they see it as? What do you feel they see it as, your job? What is their perception of it?
That I'm having fun.
Well, you are.
It is
But it's good fun, yeah.
But
in a good way.
There is day I go almost crying to work because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I days that I'm a girl and I want to stay in my bed one day, you know, like you can't. You have to go work and smile, you know. So
and give your energy back to people because it's not like you're going to sit at a desk.
Yeah. Then maybe if I work at another kind of job that I can maybe not have this connection with the people, maybe I can be sad one day. But you cannot be sad on a stage. Being a belly dancer doesn't allow you to be a human.
Yeah.
Actually, that's it. They don't allow you to be sad. They don't allow you to be angry. They don't allow you to even like change your weight because they tell you about you're too skinny, you're too fat. Today, Badra was dancing different because she said like, what do you know? You know, that so many things happen backstage.
Yeah.
What
do you feel like what do you wish they knew about you?
About me?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm a human.
Yeah.
I'm a tiny human. And I want to be a princess.
Yes.
I want to be independent and strong, but I want people also to take care of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Do you feel like right now you're just taking care of yourself?
No, now people take care of us. That's the other thing. Before, because I was so afraid to get hurt again, that I pushed a lot of people away. So I was just living in my bubble. So, hey, let's do something. No, I'm going to stay at home. And, you know, like I was protecting myself. So now that I start again to understand what happened to me and what's happening right now in this phase of my life, I'm allowing more people to be involved in my life. So I can actually now call a friend and say, you know what, today I don't feel okay. Can you just come home? Before I will stay alone and I will cry alone and I will tell them after. You know what? Yesterday I was crying. Instead of, you know what? I feel sad. Let's do something. Yeah.
That's amazing that you can do that, because I think it's one of the most difficult things for a person to learn to do when they're not used to doing it.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to learn to say, actually, I'm not doing okay. I need you to come over here and hang out with me while I'm not doing okay.
I want to cry. Let's cry together. Yeah. Love it. It's a plan for me right now. 32.
Well done.
Yes.
It's a good time to do that.
Yes.
Okay, listen. So we always do this thing at the end of our episodes.
Okay.
What I want to do with you. Basically, I'm going to start a sentence and take your time in answering it. And I want you to finish the sentence for me.
Okay.
Okay? I want the world to know
that we can be kind.
So then the next one is the world needs more of kindness.
No, actually, before kindness, communication. I feel like we don't communicate. We are always afraid to set how we feel because we think that maybe someone is gonna reject us or like take it in the wrong way. I always try to talk saying like, you know what, I think you did wrong. I think we can do better. I think, like communication. The world needs better communication, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And kindness. Yeah. It's connected.
Yeah. Love is.
Love is. How many minutes I have to think?
As long as you want.
Okay.
We're here.
Love is fearless.
Mm.
Yeah. So you shouldn't be afraid to be yourself next to people, in front of people. You shouldn't be afraid of try and do mistakes and grow and and fail. I think that's it. And you can use it for any kind of love, with your kids, with your husband, with your mom.
It's very true, actually. I want to tell my younger self.
Sleep. Sleep now because after you're gonna sleep.
You're gonna pay for it later.
I'll take care of myself, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish someone before told me like this is really important. Taking care of yourself is love. So yeah.
What is something your younger self wouldn't believe about your life right now?
That I'm still here. Actually, I was crazy all the time. So.
That you're alive?
I'm alive, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I always have the feeling that I'm gonna die soon.
Really?
Yeah, swear to God.
Have you always felt that way?
Always, since I'm a kid.
Interesting.
I know. I even tell this to my therapist. I'm gonna tell him soon. I feel always that I came live to do something big, like an impact, and then I'm just gonna disappear. I always have this feeling. I don't know why. But that's why I'm rushing all the time to doing stuff, and making pressure of myself.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's like a subconscious belief that you don't have much time and you need to get as much as you can done while you're here.
Time is expensive.
It is. It's very expensive. Okay, last one. I want my legacy to be.
Your what?
Legacy.
Legacy. I wasn't ready for that one. I don't know. My legacy, but about my career, about
Just your life.
me, person, life.
Just your whole life, You can say, I don't know, I haven't thought about it. If you don't think.
I wish there's more love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always the girl that is trying to. Why are you fighting? Like we should be all a nice community, I'm always like this. Like, yeah, together we can do better things than being alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think so.
All right. Thank you. That's
Thank
it.
you, Deana.
That was lovely.
Thank
you, guys. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I think we
covered a lot for sure.
Yeah.
But is there anything you feel you still want to share that was missing?
Maybe for a second interview.
For sure. So either way, what I would love to do is in a few years when you've changed and evolved and your life has changed, to come back and do this again, to really think about what was happening back there and where are you at in your life right now.
Wow. Well, we're talking about where I see myself in 10 years.
Yeah.
I see myself with my family and not dancing, actually.
Really?
Yes. I think I'm maybe 2-3 years more and I should stop.
Because?
So many reasons. Because I will be more tired.
Yeah.
A second, I want to be with my family. I want to have kids so much, like always.
Yeah.
And I want to be a family, a house, like I didn't have like this when I was a kid, so I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I think like as an artist, I should leave the stage when I'm in the peak. In the peak,
yeah.
Yeah. And probably having my belly dance school, acting and doing other kind of business, of course always related to art. But yeah, I think stage should be 3 years more maximum. We will see. I will call you 3 years more.
Yes, and we can do this again. So you were just saying to me you didn't have what growing up? You didn't have like a
it was my mom and me.
Okay.
And then the couple of my mom that became my dad.
Okay.
And then my sister.
Okay.
But it was always like we're not that close, I want to have a family that is actually close, and I want my daughter to call me when she feels sad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad wasn't around as a kid? Your father wasn't around?
No.
No.
But the new one, he was good.
That's really special.
Good. Yeah.
That's really special. When did he come around? Later on in life?
Yeah, I was a baby, and in 1 year.
Oh,
But
okay.
my mom, it was always like, he didn't allow him to be very close to me till I was like maybe 7, 8.
Ah, okay.
Then it was like, oh, he's actually my dad.
Okay.
And I started to call him dad when I was 16.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it took me time to accept it. I was like, this is my father. My father is the one is raising me. If you actually meet him, my personality, it's the same like him.
Really?
Not like my mom.
Yeah.
My mom is very shy. My mom doesn't even talk.
Really?
Yeah.
Your mom's a belly dancer. That's so interesting.
Yeah, but it was a whole process that she was actually teaching in some point of her life. She's a shy person.
Oh, no way.
That's so beautiful. Like when we start to have the school in Santiago, and I was studying psychology, I saw how women can completely change just dancing. I saw how beautiful is powerful belly dance it is. Well, not only belly dance, like any kind of art, painting, singing, playing piano, whatever. When you allowed your brain and your soul to be connected with art, you heal. So I saw it with my mom, I saw it with a student, I saw it with myself. Best therapy is art.
Is that why you got into it? Is that why you got into it?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, amazing. What made you study psychology? What made you interested in psychology?
My mom.
Your mom? Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to study dance, but she said, no, what if you break your leg? What you will do after? So you have to have plan A, plan B. So I finished psychology, and then she told me, like, you do whatever you want after finish the college. So that's what I did.
Amazing. What an incredible mother.
Yeah, she is.
Amazing. Anyway, thank you. This was amazing. I just think it's so